Good morning, Legion. How's everybody doing today? So, as you know, I got the RP5 the other day. I made kind of a quick video on it. Of course, my quick videos are like 10 minutes plus. But I wanted to do another one. I'm kind of going to make this a longer review of this device. And as I use it, I'm going to update you, kind of go over it, because, this is right now one of the devices in the spotlight. You know, people are deciding if they want to buy this or not, and I'm going to try and help you decide. So, first day I got it, next morning I kind of told you guys how I experienced, what's going on with it. Last night, I got home, got off work, kicked this device on, and ran with it pretty much all night. Now, for those of you that know and have seen my other videos, you know I have terrible hands. Okay, a lot of nerve damage, so ergonomics is huge to me. I got to be able to hold onto a handheld for a long time. Most handhelds, smaller ones, I get 45 to an hour before my hands start to ache, and then I got to stop. Last night, I want to say, I got home about 6. Okay? I kicked this on, was hanging out with the wife and kids, so from 6 to midnight, I had this handheld on me. I ended up playing some Spartan Total Warrior, trying to get caught up where I was on the DMG. Kicked on some Dark Cloud PS2, ended up playing that almost all night. So, for about 6 hours, I had this in my hands. Now, of course, I was walking around the house doing things, cooking dinner with the family, so I'd set this down, do whatever, go back to gaming on it. So I'd say the last couple hours of the night was just straight gaming on it. I never had any pain in my hands, like nothing hurt. Woke up this morning, no issues, so my hands didn't hurt from gaming on it for almost 6 hours. No problems. But I did notice something last night. Can you tell? It's not like it's bad. There's no indicator on this thing for charging. You plug it in and it like vibrates and lets you know you plugged it in, but there's no light. I never thought of that as a big deal. It's not make or break. They just didn't include a light for it. So yeah. Now, it charged actually pretty quick. I put it on a lower watt charger, basic run-of-the-mill, Walmart brick, so probably like 5 watt. And I was able to play on it in performance mode all night, and it still gained a charge, so it's not like it drained it. As of now, I've, combined everything even more so. I did end up putting Daigisho on it because I wanted to mess around with it and see how I feel about it on here. I don't know. Like I said, their Retroid launcher acts a lot like Daigisho. One thing I did notice last night, and I don't know if it'll do it if I just sleep it real quick, but we're going to try. So if I have it sitting like this or off or whatever, and I turn it on into the Retroid launcher. When I turn it on, I have left, okay, it doesn't do it, and, that short amount of time. But a few times since I've had it, when I turn it on, especially if I'm in the Retroid launcher, I can move left and right, but up and down doesn't work. Not for a very long time. Maybe like, 2-3 seconds. For some reason, you can't move up and down. As soon as you start pressing up and down and you realize you can't move, by the time it hits you that it's not working, it works. So it's just kind of a small delay there. Now, some games when, especially GameCube, when you're doing your control mapping, you got to remember this button here for your L2, R2. I know, I'm sorry guys, I'm in my office. I work a lot, so. But you can change it from analog, digital, both, okay? If you have it on digital and you're mapping your buttons, it will not come up as a button for GameCube control mapping. It'll say like Axis 14 or whatever. So you want it to register as an analog button. So set it in both and it seems to work. I can hard set it to analog and then it'll pick up as like button 104, button 105, left, left and right. So that was working fine. As for any type of slowdown, I didn't really encounter anything. I really need to fix this. I need to get rid of just the basic Aether. That way I can, launch it right from there. And I do have widescreen patches on a lot of stuff, or widescreen hacks. That way I can run it, full. But I did notice Dark Cloud does seem to be a game. I've always kind of used this as a benchmark for emulators. I know everybody else uses God of War, and I'm sick of seeing just God of War. However, I like to use Dark Cloud because once you're running around the town, this is where you're going to notice slowdowns as you jump in and out of your menu here and go around town. As the time of day changes, you'll start hitting some serious slowdowns here. Like you'll see it start to kind of lag. Not on this device, but in general when I would be testing it over years. When I started doing this, the main device everybody had was like an RG350. So, yeah, when we got to like the Pocket 2S and we're kind of getting some PS2 GameCube, that's when I started testing things like this to see how well it would work. Now, up to like Pocket or Retroid Flip, all that, I would test this and you just could not play it. It ran horrifically. And that's even given it time to like let shaders cache and all that stuff. But on this, there was at the start a little slowdown. That was not on the device, that was on me. I had to change the back end. Dark Cloud runs better with Vulkan, I believe is what I set it to. Yeah, so Vulkan back end. As soon as I swapped it to Vulkan, let everything cache, it runs amazing. And I ended up playing this a solid 4 hours last night. So I really enjoyed it. And it's almost 8 o'clock, so my work phones are about to kick on. So I'm sorry I'm not really centered. I'm trying to pay attention to work stuff at the same time. Let's see. Okay, so this is working fine. Now the other thing, and I decided to run it on PlayStation 2. I got so used to the GameCube version working better that I ignored the PS2 version. And the PS2 version is the one that I discovered when I had a PS2, and I fell in love with this game then. Let's see if I have a save state. I do. I think I was losing. I was. So, I don't remember what I'm doing here. Here we go. So, this is Spartan Total Warrior. If you guys have never played this, I've always wanted to do like a hidden gem section, thing on Spartan Total Warrior because I think this game is awesome. And I have people calling me, so I gotta kill that. Anyway, I'm gonna lose this. You hear that voice? So while you're running around slaughtering everybody, you have, I believe it's Ares in your ear saying things like kill them all and drown the world in chaos. So, as you're slaughtering people, you build up this little rage meter, your weapons start to glow, and then you can hit like that and just fly through them, ripping everybody's head off. I'm supposed to be on a ballista right now, killing everybody, and you can single target somebody like that, or you can get everybody at once. Which I'm going to lose this because I'm not doing what I should be doing. All the prisoners are dying. Where's the guy over here doing it? There he is. Too late. Anyway, so I'll do a longer play on Spartan Total Warrior. It's one of my favorite games from back in the day. That, Dark Cloud. These are the games I was playing when I was younger. And Spartan Total Warrior, even today, when I tell people Spartan Total Warrior is one of my favorite games, they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I haven't met anybody in real life that has played Spartan Total Warrior. So, if you guys have a handheld that can run PS2, I highly suggest Spartan Total Warrior. They have it for GameCube and PS2. Like I said, I used to think originally the GameCube version ran better. But now, even on just basic Aether SX2, the PS2 version runs amazing. So, swap it to Vulkan. You'll have, this is running on Vulkan. So, yeah, Vulkan runs just fine. So, check it out. I will probably do a longer play session on either Spartan Total Warrior or Dark Cloud. Love the hell out of both those games. They're some of my favorites. Another game I used to test handhelds with really quickly was Champions in Norath. So kind of Diablo-like. I think it's EverQuest, more EverQuest realms, but Champions in Norath was a good one to test it onto. Also, I don't really play a lot of sports games, but Fight Night, Round 3, love that game. It used to be a drinking game for me. I'd get everybody together. We would drink and beat the hell out of each other. If you lost, you're taking a shot. If you got knocked down, you're taking a shot. And trust me, I'd be sober. Everybody else would be drunk. So, actually, the sponsor of my channel, my best friend in the world, my brother, 1 year on my birthday. My birthday's the end of the year, so nobody's doing anything. Even when I was a kid, I was pretty much solo on my birthday. You boo-hoo for me. Anyway, so 1 year, I was going through a lot, and I was staying in a little shitty house, middle of nowhere, had nothing going on, and like I said, the sponsor of my channel, my best friend in the world, my brother, he shows up at my house. He shows up, I believe, with a bottle of Tanqueray, some other alcohol, some Gentleman Jack, and me and him hung out, just me and him, all night, playing Fight Night Round 3 and getting smashed. I mean, he doesn't even really like the game. But he knew I was going through a tough time, and I was a little down at that point. It had nothing to do with my birthday. It was just basic life stuff. And he came over, drank with me all night, and played Fight Night, knowing he was going to get stomped every round. And I mean, by the end of the night, he got better. But, at one point, I was online. I was higher ranked on that stuff. But it's a good memory of that game, That's what these games are supposed to do, invoke those type of memories and nostalgia. But I'll never forget that. So, anyway, no updates on the DMG. Ineos doesn't hit me up. The overwhelming support from everybody messaging me is amazing. Nobody's been shitty about it. Everybody's just, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And I appreciate every message on that. You guys are great. Now, like I keep telling them, I'm not trying anything until Ioneer reaches back. I don't want to give them an excuse. That morning I realized it was dead. I was going to change the back buttons to the silver ones they gave me. And then I noticed it was having a problem. So I've never opened it. And I don't want them to get it and be like, well, you opened it and you clearly caused damage here. I don't want to hear that. So, all right, guys. I've been open for 5 minutes and my doors are still locked. So I got to get to work. So I'll keep updating you on the RP5 and things I notice and how well it goes over time and using the hell out of it, and small things like it not having a charging indicator. Every time I find something, I'll let you guys know. So I'm going to get to work. I'll see you guys in the next one.